Did you know a pigeon once became a war hero? Yes, a pigeon. Meet G.I. Joe, a small, gray, feathered soldier who saved over 1,000 lives during World War II. It sounds unbelievable, right? But this is a true story straight from the battlefields of 1943. The year was 1943. The Allies were fighting their way through Italy. Communications were unreliable, radios jammed, lines cut, and soldiers were isolated behind enemy territory. That's where the U.S. Army Signal Corps came in, and among their ranks were pigeons. Yes, homing pigeons, trained to carry secret messages across the sky when everything else failed. One of these pigeons was G.I. Joe. Born in the United Kingdom, trained in the United States, and deployed in Italy, this little bird was about to make history. On October 18, 1943, near the village of Colvi Vecchia, a British infantry battalion had advanced further than expected. They had successfully taken the village from German control, but headquarters didn't know. And the Allies were about to bomb the same area, their own troops. A devastating mistake was seconds away. The radios weren't working. Messengers couldn't get through. The only chance left was a pigeon. So, with a desperate note attached to his leg, a message warning to, "Stop the bombing! British troops are in the target area!" G.I. Joe was released into the sky. He took off under heavy fire. Bullets whizzed past. Artillery shook the air. But this tiny bird kept flying, wings slicing through the chaos. For 25 minutes, G.I. Joe soared through smoke and gunfire, navigating 20 miles of hostile territory. He could have been shot down, lost, or caught by hawks trained by the enemy to intercept messenger birds. But he never stopped. And just as Allied bombers were preparing to launch their deadly payload, G.I. Joe arrived. He landed at headquarters, exhausted, feathers torn, feet bleeding, but message intact. The bombing was called off at the last possible moment. Over 1,000 soldiers were saved from friendly fire, because one pigeon never gave up. Word spread fast. Soldiers cheered. Commanders were stunned. This wasn't just luck. It was loyalty, courage, and precision. In an age of machines and weapons, a humble bird had done what no human or radio could. After the war, G.I. Joe became a global celebrity. He was awarded the Dickin Medal, often called the animal equivalent of the Victoria Cross, Britain's highest military honor. Only the bravest animals receive it: dogs, horses, even cats. But G.I. Joe was among the very first pigeons to be recognized. When the war ended, G.I. Joe retired to the Detroit Zoological Park, where he lived peacefully for many years, a hero with feathers instead of medals, cooing softly in a quiet aviary instead of a battlefield. He wasn't just a bird, he was a soldier, a messenger, a symbol of hope when communication had collapsed. And his story reminds us that heroes come in all shapes, sizes, and yes, sometimes with wings. So the next time you see a pigeon on a city sidewalk, remember G.I. Joe, the tiny hero who stopped a bombing and changed history. Who knew a pigeon could be a war hero? Would you trust a bird to save your life? Let us know what you think in the comments. Like, subscribe, and follow for more fascinating history facts, where even the smallest wings can carry the greatest courage.